interconference battle? Inter?
One of those.
Intra. You're talking about an NFC team playing an AFC
I never
team.
really understood the point of even saying that ever because I don't think everyone –
bro.
But the world doesn't know what's right inter or intra either.
Then how about cross-conference?
How about just conference games?
If no one knows.
Non-conference and conference.
Intra would be within the division.
Yeah.
Okay, so interconference matchup between the Washington Redskins and Baltimore Ravens. Very close. In fact, the
why don't you call it the Battle of Chesapeake Bay?
Sure, why not?
That works.
The Week 5 research
like
notes tell me that these teams are just 40 miles apart. Marron. How about that for geography? And here's where these two teams are right now. At the quarter pole. Don't tell me otherwise.
How did we get by without that nugget you just dropped on us?
Listen, you
That's the most surprising
smarter.
use of marron we've had on the podcast yet.
The Redskins have won 2 in a row after a dreadful 0-2 start. They beat the Cleveland Browns last week. And then you have the Ravens, who are 3-0, and then they get snipped by the Oakland Raiders for their first loss of the season. Wes, your thoughts on this matchup, which will not include Justin Forsett, by the way, who was released earlier this week.
First of all, let me just say, I admire you're sticking it to the horse racing industry with quarter pole in a game in Baltimore, horse racing country.
Ooh.
Nicely done.
Good point.
Yeah,
This is my favorite
Up top,
Wes
Wes.
vendetta ever.
Wes, up top, baby.
Quarter pole.
Go on.
I don't think we
Weird
gave the
show,
Ravens
bro.
enough respect in the power poll, and here's why. They're
Where were
3-1. I think they were 13th, and I had them 5th.
I was going to ask you why you had
They're
I'm
3-1,
glad
and
you
we
brought
have
this
this sense that they're lucky to be 3-1 because they had close games and they haven't played real tough competition yet. But there are reasons to believe this team is getting stronger. Speaking of coaches admitting they made a mistake in the backfield, Justin Forsett is no longer going to weigh down this running game. Terrence West ran great last week, got stronger throughout the game. Kenneth Dixon, who might be their best 3-down running back, skill set wise, is healthy now and coming back. He's supposed to play this week, make his debut. And I think when you see Steve Smith play, he's playing like 2015 Steve Smith. Brashad Perriman can get better throughout the season and add an element they haven't had there in Baltimore. I think there are reasons to believe this offense is just going to get better throughout the season.
And if you watch what happened, not just last week, but in previous weeks, where Cleveland ran right through Washington's defense to the point where I've watched probably hundreds of Browns games. I have never seen a day where Isaiah Crowell in that case, but any running back just waltzed past the first level of defense and had a prairie land of open space.
They made the
to
Giants
operate in.
running attack look good. Not a great
Shane
running
Vereen
team.
looked awesome against them. It's like it's 1 week after the next. Terrence West, who's got fresh legs, who looks like a completely different player this year, this is a great chance for him.
Wes is onto something with this. Ravens are
Can I-
fun to watch.
they are fun to watch.
I'm with them on this.
Can I just say, though, I'm just, just being fair here. The Oakland Raiders, a team of ATL nominee, knock off your Ravens, and then you're telling me how the Raiders do nothing for you, but they just beat the Ravens, who you
They
love.
were lucky to beat a team that outgained them by 150 yards.
Okay,
I-
it's luck. Okay, I see how this is.
It was luck.
Well, we have the
Okay.
Raiders at 11 and the Ravens at 12 and the Raiders at 11 in our power poll. So
What
right
Wes,
there.
what Wes is saying in terms of them being fun to watch, I agree with, because they're a team that has a lot of different parts that they're just bringing together, like you mentioned, that should get better. They've got Mike Wallace as a role player being effective. I mean, this is what Mike Wallace should be. They actually have Mike Wallace in the slot sometimes. They're getting creative. They got Kyle Juszczyk, the fullback, out wide. I'm surprised to see Wallace making third down conversions. Steve Smith.
Dennis Pitta.
Dennis Pitta's a great comeback story.
They've got an intriguing rookie like Chris Moore who gets deep.
And their defense is similar. I'm a little worried they don't have much of a pass rush, but it's similar in that they have a lot of different pieces, I think, coming together, and they should get better. I think it's bad news for the rest of the AFC North.